Hey guys, welcome back. And I thought today we should continue from where we last left off. So the latest mission that we stopped at was the investigate the Bows 2 arsenal. And the thing is that a little bit, let's catch up with the lore up to this point. So we started this doing these jobs as 621 as a mercenary, as augmented human 621, and we eventually did a couple of missions for the giant companies Balaam and Arquebus mainly. And in these missions we discovered that first of all somebody was making a new AC pilot to pilot a new AC, which we disposed of. After that we managed to do some work for Reds, for one of the factions of the Rubicon. We attacked the Rubicon Liberation Front's dam complex, and we found out that we basically did a war crimes for these. So Rubicon Liberation Front is you can think of them as a rebels who fights against these corporations. So they are the last surviving rebels on planet Rubicon, and all we did was we destroyed power generators, stripping civilians basically off from their power, and we left them with nothing. So all in all, that's basically a war crime. After that, we did another job, and we attacked Rubicon Liberation Front's Strider. Originally, Striders were designed to mine the coral, which is the energy source from Rubicon, but we attacked it and it was weaponized. After that, we climbed the wall, and the was it V4 or V5? Rusty informed us that we were basically a cannon fodder. So we were about to be sacrificed in order for big corporations to gain control of the wall. But since we, as an independent mercenary, took the wall, we made a name for ourselves. That's what we could find out from the Rusty. After that, we did another job and retrieved a bunch of combat logs. Rusty, who was here before us, so he basically disposed of all the opposing enemies, and Hey Ambrosia, just going through the lore so far as much as I can. So basically we went on a desolated area that Rusty wiped out, and we collected a bunch of combat logs. From those logs, we managed to decipher the pieces that we could put together, that there was some of the new AC in the making that we do not know about as of yet. We also found out that the Izzy who attacked us was one of the Liberation Front's defender, and she thought that we murdered everybody there because she doesn't know the full story, when in reality the Rusty was one who disposed of all of the enemies before us. We just were there to collect the data. After that, we went and investigated the Bows to Arsenal number 2. Now the funny thing about this was that there were some invisible enemies here that we encountered, and when they spoke, their language was encoded, so we couldn't figure it out who they were. And we still don't exactly know who they are and what do they want. So hopefully we can find out who sent those machines after us. And this next mission will see us attacking the watch point. So this is basically the watch point that control the... this is the control center of the coral, where they search for coral, where they examine it, and where they try to mine it as well. This is one of their central points. So basically, destroying this is same as declaring a war against corporations. So yeah, we are going to be attacking a watch point and basically declaring a war against corporations and Rubicon itself. Now, because I know what this mission holds in itself, there's going to be 2 boss battles, so we're going to be making a little preparations before we go in. How you doing, Abrosia? Hope you're doing good. Hope you have a good day. So yeah, a little preparation before we go in. The enemies that we are going to be facing, the 2 bosses, they are using shields, and ballistic weapons are somewhat not very effective against energy shields, so we might want something energy-based weapons of our own. Missiles are still good. Missiles are always viable, so those we can take. And something with arm that increases our health. For example, these arms, they increases our AP, which is our health, essentially. Legs, better legs, yeah, increases our AP as well. Just we need to put together everything. And maybe some shoulder cannons. Yeah, let's try this one. Let's see how this goes. So we need to get rid of the enemies that surrounds the watch point, and then we need to attack the watch point itself. So let's see how that goes.
This is a rather personal request from a friend of mine. It concerns a certain facility, a watch point. Once, it regulated the underground flow of coral. Now it serves to monitor the dormant veins. I want you to attack it. Your objective will be to destroy the sensor valve at its core. The watch point is kept secure by SG, the planetside PCA force, which means it's too hot for the corporations to be seen there. In other words, we're flying strictly solo on this one. You'll be going in under cover of darkness. Be ready for anything. 621. Don't worry, not even the PCA would anticipate a solo independent mercenary. Get in there and get to work.
Main system activating combat mode.
Leave no evidence. If anyone sees you, handle it.
So first order of business is to take care of all the enemies that surrounds the area. So we're just basically, again, doing our own job and getting rid of all the enemies that are here.
AP at 50%.
Go 7-8, requesting backup.
I can't get through to HQ.
The cavalry isn't coming. Wipe them out, 621. Confirmed. Enemy squad destroyed. Move on to the next area.
Where did that AC come from? What happened to the patrol squad?
Code 1-8. All units deploy for combat.
We're exposed to snipers from all corners. Keep moving or they'll shoot you down.
AP at 50%.
Code 3-1-C, we've taken critical damage.
Updating your marker data. Proceed in the direction indicated. You see that? That's the Watchpoint's control center. The target's inside. Make your way in.
No repair kits remaining.
So now is the first, like, a more difficult boss, because he uses an energy weapon against us as well.
Attacking a watch point. You're incorrigible, Handler Walter. How many of your dogs must I kill before you learn?
Is that Sula?
Pitiful dog.
Interesting. So Sula told us now, just right now, that he killed
Had a different master.
other Handler Walter's mercenaries. But for what reason, that we don't know as of yet. But we can learn as we go along. We can learn why he killed them and what happened.
Where's 619 and 620? Which ones did I kill, Mother?
Don't let him bait you. Focus.
Gen 4 slot. I hear you make fine hounds with the right training. Shame you'll have to die here.
AP at 30%.
Dead dog. Was it worth it, Walter? Their blood is on your hands.
So we know that Sula killed Walter's other mercenaries. Back before the game was released, there was a promotional video about ACs attacking one of the complexes. And
Is that
3 of those were Walter's mercenaries. And Sula was one of them who defended the complex, and he was the one who killed them. The reason why Sula killed those was because they again tried to attack the watch point in order to release the coral.
before he kills you?
AP at 30%.
So yeah, Sula can be one of the more difficult fights. One of the reasons because he uses
You see that? That's the watch
a
point's
cannon
control center.
weapon, and he uses his quote-unquote bubble gun. The problem with the bubble gun is that they are very effective against shields, and the further he is away from us, the more the bubbles spread, dealing more damage, so it makes more difficult for us to evade those attacks.
He's an independent mercenary who survived first-gen augmentation. Don't think twice, 621. Kill him before he kills you.
AP at 50%.
Where's 619 and 620? Dead? Which ones did I kill, I wonder?
Don't let him bait you. Focus.
What a Gen 4 slot. I hear you make fine hounds with the right training. Shame you'll have to die here.
AP at 30%. 2 repair kits remaining.
You see that? That's the watch point's control center. The target's inside. Make your way in. Is that Sula?
Pitiful dog. I feel sorry for you. I really do. You may have survived a little longer. You had a different master.
C1249. Sula. He's an independent mercenary who survived first-gen augmentation. Don't think twice, 621. Kill him before he kills you.
Where's 619 and 620? Dead? Which ones did I kill, I wonder?
Don't let him bait you. Focus.
What of Gen 4 slot? I hear you make fine hounds with the right training. Shame you'll have to die here.
2 repair kits remaining. AP at 50%. 1 repair kit remaining. AP at 30%. AP at 50%.
There we go.
Stay away from the watch point.
Confirmed. Enemy AC destroyed. Forget about him, 621. You did good today. Back to work. Penetrate the control center and destroy the target.
So now it's the time to destroy the inside of the complex itself.
There. Destroy the device in the center. Good job, 621. We're done here. Head back to base. 621, get out of there!
Who are you? An older type of augmented human, 4th generation. Have we made contact? I am Air, a Rubiconian. Please, you must wake up. Before your consciousness is forever scattered in the coral flow.
Augmented human C4621. Vital signs confirmed. Disabling autopilot. Establishing comms link with Henry.
Raven. I've identified an approaching enemy. I'll synchronize with your brainwaves and maintain contact to support you. Main system reactivating combat mode. I've looked into the enemy craft. It's an autonomous PCA craft. That is. You'll have to break its pulse armor to inflict meaningful damage. Picking up a massive heat signature. Evasive action, Raven. Pulse armor down. Now's your chance, Raven. I've taken your comms link offline for now. That massive base of coral will charge you. Please, you have to focus on winning this.
So this is the autonomous AC Balteas, and apparently now that we destroyed one of the complexes here, we made contact with Air, and as Air said, she is a Rubiconian. So it appears that Coral, from which she came, is a sentient being. The plot thickens.
PCA craft, Bounteus. You'll have to break its pulse armor to inflict meaningful damage. Pulse armor down. Now's your chance, Raven. I've taken your comms link offline for now. That massive dose of coral nearly killed you. Please, you have to focus on one limit. Raven, get clear.
One repair kit remaining.
The enemy can't take much more.
Left shoulder ammunition at 50%.
Hey, Tony.
At 30%. No repair kits remaining. Right shoulder ammunition at 50%.
I'm sorry, Raven.
So yeah, Baldeas has two phases in his fight. The first phase is when he just shoots rockets and machine guns. In the second phase, before he starts it, he's gonna explode his energy shield, which we need to avoid. And he also utilizes a flamethrower in the second phase of the fight.
Picking up a massive heat signature. A good Sebastian, Raven.
Two repair kits remaining.
And now begins the second phase of fight.
I'm sorry, Raven.
Let's see if we can utilize something else. So, for example, we have the same bubble gun against the shield, and we could also utilize the shotgun, which it could be effective, but it only fires one round, so it's kind of slow. So we can try and utilize the bubble gun against him. See if that works.
Reactivating combat mode. I've looked into the alien craft. It's an autonomous PCA craft. About his. You'll have to break its pulse armor to inflict meaningful damage.
So as you can see, the bubble gun is super effective against the shield, even though it doesn't do much damage, and it overheats super quickly. But again, it's super effective against energy shield that Balteus is using.
Pulse armor down. Now's your chance, Raven. I'm taking the comms link offline for now. That massive dose of chlorine will be exposure. Please, you'll have to focus on enemies. The enemy is taking heavy damage. Keep it up, Raven.
2 repair kits remaining.
The waves are intensifying. Raven, get clear.
1 repair kit remaining. No repair kits remaining. Left hand ammunition, 30%. AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
I'm sorry, Raven.
We can try one more time, but yeah, Balteus can be annoying because of his energy shield, because it eats a lot of ammo just to get rid of that shield.
It's an autonomous PCA craft. About his. You'll have to break its pulse armor to inflict meaningful damage.
We can also try something else besides bubblegum. Let's see what we can assemble here. We don't really have much in terms of we could also try melee weapon. That is also effective against energy shields, so let's see. What's so funny, Tony? I wanna see you try this.
I've looked into the enemy craft. It's an autonomous PCA craft, Bauteus. You'll have to break its pulse armor to inflict meaningful damage. Pulse armor down. Now's your chance, Raven. I've taken your console offline for now. That massive dose of coral nearly killed you. Please, you have to focus on minerals. Picking up a massive heat signature. Evasive action, Raven.
The thing about target assist is that it locks you, so you basically are locked in one angle. Yes, I know it will keep the Balteus in view the whole time, but the manual aiming is sometimes better against fast-moving enemies.
Raven, get clear.
And we finally beat him. So yeah, and energy shields can be a problem, especially on bigger enemies. But with perseverance we can defeat it. But yeah, I know what you're saying, like
It's silent.
not operating manually, but sometimes it's better to operate the aiming manually than lock on.
Raven. You need rest. But first, a warning. The coral surge you were swept up in? That was just a glimpse. A premonition of the storm of flame that will burn Rubicon.
And this concludes the chapter 1. And we get a new weapon as well.
A friend of mine sent me this observational data. Look, 621. The localized coral explosion caused by the surge has a certain directionality. It's headed straight for the central ice field, across the Alian Ocean. Like a flock of birds or a school of fish, coral loves company. Which means, somewhere in the ice field, there's a huge mass of coral lying dormant. You said you could hear a strange voice in your head. That's a common side effect of old-gen augmentation. Could also be from getting caught in that coral surge. Don't let it bother you.
Raven. The coral explosion completely vaporized northwestern Belius's Bay Area. And even yet, compared to the fires of Ibis, that explosion was hardly a spark. Raven, I have a favor to ask. Let me remain in contact with you until we reach the coral convergence. I have to see where they're taking us. How this struggle over the coral ends. I must, as a Rubiconian.
So yeah, basically what happened is now that we destroyed the watch point and we launched the coral convergence.
2 new messages.
I've got some business to attend to. I need to hawk some intel to the corpse and secure a backer for our trip to the ice field. One job for you while I'm out. Rest up. And that's an order.
Raven. I see your handler's away on business for now. About that trip to the ice field, we've received a job from Balaam already. Let's take a look, shall we?
Registration number RB23, call sign, Raven. Your records have been updated. E-rank virtual encounters are now available in the arena. We invite you to hone your technique.
And now we get unlock more arena stuff. Beating these arena fights is important because again we unlock OS tuning chips, which we need to gain passive buffs. So that's why it's highly recommended to do these as much as you can, as soon as you can. One of the more better ones is the boost kick. It's a melee attack, but it can deal... The heavier your mech is, the more damage you deal. Also, you can unlock more repair kit effectiveness and damage mitigation, which are two more important upgrades. Repair kit effectiveness obviously betters your repair equipment. So whenever you use a repair kit, you get more out of it. And damage mitigation is, of course, you take less damage from any damage that you've been shot at, either kinetic or energy based. Direct hit damage also very, very good to have. Direct hit damage affects damage dealt when enemy is staggered. So when enemy goes into a red state, you see a small flashing red bar above enemy. That's when he is staggered, and that affects the direct hit damage. So the more you have of this, the more damage you deal when the enemy is staggered. And we got new parts to buy, so let's see what we get. We get rockets. We get more effective energy weapons. More energy weapons. Grenade launcher, super awesome. Another grenade launcher. Grenade launchers are good, but they are super slow to reload. Same as with cannons. Super awesome. Like, you can wield two huge cannons with you, deal massive damage, but their reload time is super slow. Gatling gun, super awesome. You are basically walking Terminator with this, and they're super heavy. They weigh a lot, but they deal awesome amount of damage, especially if you wield them in both hands. Super awesome. Pile bunker is a very good melee weapon. It deals super amount of damage. I think it's actually better than the plasma swords, in my opinion, but that's whatever everyone prefers. So this is also, it doesn't have a much of a range. It's a short range weapon, but it's super awesome to have. These are grenade cannons. Again, they mounted on the shoulders, deals super amount of damage, but slow to reload. Then there's rockets. This weapon, plasma missile launcher, is the same weapon that Sulla used against us. It's an area of effect weapon. So if you need to deal with multiple enemies, this one is good to have. Then there's shields, different kind of smaller, larger shields. More arms. We also get more legs here. By tetrapod and tank. Tetrapod and tanks are super good if you want to wield those Gatling guns with the right build. You can wield heavy cannons on your shoulder, then 2 Gatling guns, and you are basically unstoppable. What else we have? Boosters, legs, arms. these we can modify later once we get more parts and more money. We could also sell something that we really don't need. Well, I'm not gonna use the cannon, so that one we can sell, and this one too. I'm gonna keep the melee weapons just in case. So here we have again the arena fights against higher rank enemies, E rank enemies, and they all have their own bio. So the one that attacked us at Watch Point, when we were collecting the data logs, was Little Z, and she has her own bio. So she was from Rubicon Liberation Front. As an infant, Z was taken to Rubicon by her parents, who, tempted by the promise of riches from coral mining, sought to make an illegal entry to the planet. Only Z survived the crash landing. She came under the guardianship of Uncle Flatwell of the Rubicon Liberation Front, and the core of an AC was the young orphan's cradle as she grew up to become a coral warrior. So she was an orphan, and only she survived the crash landing. Even the emblems of every AC that you see here, they have some sort of symbolized meaning. So, for example, since Z was an orphan, she was at a young age taken into the care, and her emblem is a fish out of the water. So everyone can make their own assumptions what that means, but I think it means because she was an orphan, she's like a fish out of the water. So she's a outsider. She doesn't know where she is. She doesn't belong there. So that's my interpretation of the emblem. But yeah, all of these emblems have some kind of meaning in the lore of Armored Core 6.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program number 26, entering rank E. Subject AC, Bitter Promise. Call sign, No Zark. Commencing evaluation.
Main system activating combat mode.
So every arena fight that we do here in AC6 will award us the OC chips, and again we want to do this as fast as possible and as soon as possible to get passive buffs for our own AC. And that's one down.
Concluding evaluation. Well done.
For every arena match you have won, you get certain amount of credits and you get the certain amount of OS chips for the passive buffs. Squad leader of the Vespers. So there are a few of these Vespers and they are all augmented humans as well, same as we. They are either later generations or first generations. And they are from the group of Arquebus. So the Corporation Arquebus employed them.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program. Number 25. Rank E. Subject AC.
Main system. Activating combat mode.
Yeah, these stupid bubble guns are annoying.
Main system. Activating combat mode.
Yeah, we'll come back to him later. Z is easy one. Yeah, we need to come back to him later. For now, let's see what we can get. We could do damage mitigation. Yeah, that sounds good. We take less damage. the one thing to note about these when we go to the mission, so for example, infiltrate grid 086, the higher the number, the better condition of the grid is. So, for example, grid 12 or grid 001, they would be in very, very bad condition. That's how you know in World of Rubicon, in the AC6, the higher the number of the grid, the better the condition of that place is.
Here's the request from Balin Industries. They want you to carry out an advanced survey of the central ice field to confirm the information Walter brought to them about the coral convergence. As for how to cross the Alian Ocean, this is the intercontinental cargo launcher installed on the upper level of grid 086. You could use it to launch your AC to the ice field. Grid 086 is occupied by the Dozers, outlaws who treat coral like a drug. It's also the territory of a belligerent group of arms dealers who call themselves RAD. Be prepared for a perilous journey. I'll be here to support you, Raven. Let me handle getting us into the grid. I'm fairly adept at analyzing systems, and manipulating them too.
So yeah, basically dozers are a drug abusers. They use coral as a drug. In the lore of Armored Core 6, the dozers think that the coral, because they use it as a drug, they think they are invincible and immortal because of that.
Let's get to work, shall we?
Main system activating combat mode.
Okay, let's go and see what the fuss is about.
The elevator going to the upper level.
Who's this tourist? You think you could just waltz straight in here? Hope you're watching, boss. Leave it to Invincible Rummy to show our guest a good time. You're no ordinary tourist. Mad stuff!
Hostile AC
So yeah, that was the Invincible Rummy. He was the first AC we fought in the arena, and he was also a drug user of the coral. So he thought he's immortal and invincible because of the drugs he used, the coral he inflicted on himself. So yeah, even in world like this, there are drug abusers. In this case, that the drug is coral, and the dosers are abusing the coral for themselves.
Within half a year, she seized total control and greatly expanded her operations.
That enemy gave us a combat log, again for free stuff. Once we get enough of combat logs, we get free stuff. So there's always a good thing to collect those. I don't remember, was there a combat log here? I think there was. Or was there? Nope, no there wasn't. Maybe there was. Honestly can't remember all the combat logs that are located and where.
Kept us waiting for it. Those things love a good party. Well, you're no slouch, are you?
So yeah, this stake weapon, it doesn't have a long range, but it's super effective if you have a melee boost on your AC, and if you have if you fully charge it against enemy, it does huge amounts of damage, but the range isn't that great. Another good thing about melee weapons is that since they don't use ammunition, it can sometimes be beneficial for you if you're trying to attempt higher rank on a mission. By using melee weapons, you basically spare the ammo usage for yourself. And now we just proceed onwards. I think there was one combat log somewhere here. Yeah, that one. That's a part, and I don't remember if there was a part here or not. If you go inside here, there may be something here as well. Yeah. Yep, there we have it.
I've got you now. You a damn thing. You made a big mistake coming here.
AP at 50%. Light transmission at 50%.
Don't worry. I put your money to good use. Just take a look at what my new AC can do. My credit score's only gonna go up.
AP at 30%.
There we go.
That shit's work.
And there we have another combat log. So, yeah, once the enemy is staggered and you can deal a huge amount of damage, for example, with this melee weapon, they almost always Especially in the beginning, they are almost always dead if you get them staggered. Not always, but most of the time.
Can't get your help these days, can you? Would have been cheaper to just hire you instead.
If I remember correctly, there was a combat log here, or item or something like that. Yep, there we go.
AP at 50%. No repair kits remaining.
Multiple entities. Tread carefully.
Nearly forgot your fireworks. Seems our turn is cut above the rest.
Light shoulder ammunition at 50%. Light hand ammunition at 30%.
There we go.
All right, tourist. That's enough. You've made your point. I surrender. It's just not worth the loss.
There is a boss coming, if I remember correctly, and it's one of the huge autonomous machines.
Raven?
Restocking. And we are good to go. This is a huge machine with 2 weak points. And I don't think melee weapon is always the best choice. He has a weak point in front of him, and he also has a weak point on top of him. So if you attack this top point here, you can get him staggered somewhat easily.
It's some kind of autonomous demolition
So we're just gonna... I'm trying to hover around him and above him to get shot into that part.
Two repair kits.
Yeah, he hits super hard and...
Nice. I heard you were good. But the cleaner is going to have the last laugh.
AP at 50%. At 30%. No repair kits remaining.
Damn it.
Finished already?
So close, but not
Sharp
quite.
after all. What a letdown.
So yeah, cleaner can be annoying. He's somewhat challenging, but not as challenging as Sula previously. The idea is that if you want a little easier to beat a Spike, you can just try and hover above him and shoot him in that spot that he has. Be mindful of his devastating arm attacks and just shoot whatever weapon you have and missiles into that pot, and he should be staggered pretty quickly.
Nice. I heard you were good. But the cleaner's going to have the last laugh.
So now he's staggered. Now we can go ahead and try to deal as much damage as we can his front before he regains his self, and now we can again try and hover above him. Shoot some missiles, avoid his arms. Yeah, we don't want to get caught in those arms, since those are his most dangerous weapons. Like even if you touch them, even if he won't be flailing them around, even if you touch them, you will still take damage. So
One repair kit remaining.
there we go. A stake right into his face. And that's the cleaner.
Complete shutdown confirmed.
Enough, tourist. It's been miserable knowing you, but I guess playing nice is a smart choice here. You want to go up top, right? Let me show you the way. Guided tour from Cinder Carla herself.
And we get a new headpiece for our AC. Also a torso, arms, and legs. And another leg part for completing the combat log.
No new messages.
Raven, we've received a job from RAD's leader, Carla. This could just be another one of her traps. But after the impression you left on her last time, I think it's unlikely. Let's take a look at the briefing.
Yeah, let me know, guys, if you want to see some sort of a quote-unquote build for the AC. We could go light build, we could go heavy build. We don't have many parts as of yet, since we have much of story to progress, but as we progress, we gain more parts. And if you want to see me to build for a specific AC, just let me know. Yeah, what kind of weapon would you like to see, or color? We could customize this in any color you would want. Yeah, just let me know what you want to see in AC, and we'll see what we can come up with. Would you like to see more of the pulse weapons, or energy weapons, or kinetic weapons? Yeah, whatever. What would you like to see in this AC? I think I can customize it however you want from the available options, of course. But yeah, just let me know if you want to see something special. For all the time that I have played this game, there are so many weapons that I haven't even used in this game, so there are plenty of options for me as well.
My favorite little tourist. About my promise to take you up top. I need a little help cleaning up first. You see, a certain someone smashed up all my defense hardware. And now I've got rival dozers muscling in. It's the Junker Coyotes. We never did get on. Always sniffing around and snapping at our heels. They're dull company, tourist. One thing, though. They're using RADMTs, hot from the black market. They might be a pack of dumb animals, but at least they know quality workmanship. Anyway, you know the score. You made this mess, now you get to clean it up. Well, technically, I'm asking you to make a whole new mess. Whatever. You know what to do. Now get out there.
So, now since we basically attacked and we killed the invincible Rummy, now we have to go back and clean the mess that we made. So yeah, it's kind of our fault that the MTs are attacking. So you do one job and you get messed in another. But yeah, that's the life of mercenary. Just a job after job. This mission is nothing special. We just go and kill a couple of enemies.
Never seen one like that before. Must have got a sweet deal from Carla.
Send in the punchers and kickers!
Those stupid
enhanced firepower and maneuverability.
Damn it! This wasn't part of the plan!
Clean as a whistle. Moving on, tourist.
Enemies detected. I'll mark their location.
Figured you could handle this on your own, so I called off my MTs. No time to have some maintenance anyhow.
Look, fellas! We got company!
And it ain't dumbass Rummy. That one of RAD's newbies.
We'll blow 'em sky high!
This one is on you for taking out Rummy. He would have kept watch at least.
Confirmed. Coyote Force eliminated.
Looks like it's over.
And that's it for this mission. Simple and easy.
And now, it's my turn to help you.
One new message.
Guess you noticed that job from Balaam and decided to take it. I see you're heading for the cargo launcher now. Not a bad idea, I'll give you that. Keep heading for the ice field. I'll take care of some loose ends in the meantime.
So Walter mentioned some loose ends before we head out. I wonder what those could be. We can learn more about Cinder Carla, the one that is helping us currently, but we're gonna be learning about her a little later. But as of now, we need to cross to the ice field, and to get to the ice field, we need to cross the grid. And the grid, since it is so high above the atmosphere, the satellites can see us, so we need to evade those satellites before we can get to the cargo bay, so that we can cross the ocean. But of course, it's not that simple as one would think. So we need to reach the intercontinental cargo launcher found deep within the outer shell area of upper grid 086. Yeah, not as easy as you think.
We're continuing through grid 086 toward the intercontinental cargo launcher. As promised, Carla has agreed to serve as our guide. I'm not sure how safe it is to trust a dozer. But if we turn her down, we turn her knowledge down as well. One more thing, Raven. Cinder. Carla's nickname? That's what the Rubiconians call survivors of the fires of Ibis. But if the fires happened half a century ago... well, it could just be some dozer inside joke.
I wonder if it is. So yeah, now we learn that Cinder Carla is one of the survivors of Fire of Ibis. As we know, in the beginning, the fires of Ibis happened 50 years ago. So this takes after the fires. So this is 50 years after the fire. Those who survived the apocalypse or the fires of Ibis, they are called Cinders. And since her nickname is Cinder Carla, she is obviously one of the survivors, but of course Ira doesn't know that yet.
This will be our third sortie together, Raven. I'm quite enjoying the routine.
system. Activating combat mode.
Here we go, tourist. I'll lead the way, just as promised.
So yeah, we need to cross to the ice field, and to get to the cargo launcher, we need to cross the satellite area, and we really don't want to get hit by those satellites, not one bit.
This elevator goes straight to the top of the grid, the outer shell. Sadly, that's beyond my territory. I mean, once you're out there, the PCA satellites see everything. A few of the stupider dozers took it as a challenge, went out to prove themselves. You can guess what happened.
We've arrived at the top, sending you new marker data. As Carla said, at this altitude, we're within firing range of the PCA satellites.
So yeah, all of those red lines are PCA satellites, and they are searching for any intruders and trespassers, so we want to avoid those. There's also a combat log that we want to get here, so we can just go ahead and get it.
Intruder detected in forbidden sector. Terminating target.
And there's our combat log from these enemies. So yeah, best way to cross this without getting hit much is to go under this bridge. From software platforming, this is not going to be great. So for those of you who know, From Software is sadly infamous for their bad platforming sections in Dark Souls games, and this is no different.
Don't get fried.
Almost got hit there.
Intruder has escaped satellite range. Raising threat level.
How did it reach? Oh, well.
We're not far from the cargo launcher.
Intruder detected near close facility.
Might as well clean up while you're here, tourist. Never did care for the upstairs neighbors. That's what I like to see. Let's get the cargo launcher ready.
There. Access the container.
Might as well restock while we're here. Whee! Whee! Right.
Now, if you could just step inside.
Wait. Enemy detected. That machine.
Great. We found a sea weapon. That tourist is a sea spider. One of the Institute's relics left to haunt Khan. Now what's it doing here?
No ordinary machine. Be careful, David.
That machine was created by a bunch of mad scientists, tourist. Fires lied this may have taken the Institute. The dirty work survived.
Units remaining.
So yeah, this is a sea spider, and the unique about this thing is that it's not a human controlled. It is also made by a completely different faction called the Institute. And the Institute is one of the original factions on Rubicon. So they were here longer than most of any other big companies. They are what you would think one of the natives here. There we go. If you're having trouble with something this big, like this sea spider, another good build to try against this is a faster build. This would be equivalent of a dexterity build in Dark Souls. So try something agile that consumes less energy and shoots fast. So this build that I'm using is just a mishmash of heavy parts with heavy guns. But if you want to something specific, you could try something faster. Usually something with the reverse joints. They have good mobility and agility as well. They aren't durable mechs, but they are fast. So yeah, fast mechs are also very, very good against something that hits this hard, especially with area attacks.
By the way, tourist, you're Walter's hound, right? Well, guess a dog can't choose its master. But still, tough luck. I feel sorry for you, I really do. Oh, and one more thing. You know the cargo launcher's strictly for cargo, right? No one's ever used it to launch themselves before. At least not in one piece.
I can see my house from here!
You see it too, don't you? The voices of the coral. Currents coursing across Rubicon. Walter was correct in his judgment. The coral. It's here, in this desolate place.
Augmented human C4621, entering standard mode. 2 new messages.
Looks like you've made it to the central ice field, 621. Good. I'm done tying up loose ends. Arquebus found their own way in and are ready to deploy survey squads. And it looks like Balaam's come running after you scoped out the place too. You know what's going to happen. Business as usual. But you can make it work for us.
Registration number RB23. Call sign, Raven. Your records have been updated. D-rank virtual encounters are now available in the arena. These correspond to the middle ranks. We invite you to further hone your technique.
So we unlock more stuff now.
Raven, I was looking into the arena, and I discovered something you might want to know about. It's a network service that was labeled Nest, with no obvious clues about its purpose. From what I can tell, it's a special mercenary support program, encrypted and kept secret. I've installed a backdoor, so you'll have no trouble getting in as you please.
So at this point we unlock Nest. Nest is basically a PvP arena against other players. You could go in 1 versus 1 or 3 versus 3 against other players. And these are just a basic ranked match. You can either make your own match against 3 players, or you can fight against 1 player that matches your own rank. So yeah, it's basically a PvP in an arena mode. So you only get arena points, nothing much else. Now we unlock one of the more powerful shotguns in the game, called Zimmerman. These, when the game was released, these were one of the more powerful shotguns before the update and before they nerfed them down in power, but they are still somewhat powerful, so it is good. Like they are still viable to use. We also unlocked the pulse gun. This was the first that we unlocked. This is the more upgraded version of that. This is the same pulse gun that Sula used against us. So the further you are, the more spread out the ammo is. Again, very effective against shields. Let's see what else we have here. Gatling gun, of course. Another Zimmerman. We could dual wield both of these. Would be super awesome. More shield variations. So now that we have a little better weapon, we can go and try take on this next one. So this was the bubble gun dude, and we really don't like him. We could try out double shotgun build with the heavy cannons, also very viable. With the shotguns, we just need to remember that they take a little longer to reload, but not as long as a huge cannon would. The fire rate is still faster than that of a cannon. And the shoulder weapons that we have, the two cannons, they are mostly to inflict stagger damage if and when we get enemies staggered. Maybe something lighter. Something that has light legs. So we could move faster against those bubbles. We could try missiles, but we'll see. He only has a pulse shield. He doesn't have the full armor. So maybe something light. Or we can still try something with heavy. We'll see how this plays out. You just need to. The good thing is that Armored Core 6 includes so good checkpoints, and you also can assemble your AC again. If you fail the mission, you can just go from the checkpoint. You can just assemble a new AC. How about this? We have less effective weapon as a missiles, but these missiles are locking on onto target, so we may have a higher chance of staggering him. There we go. Yeah, that's stupid bubble gun.
Target destroyed.
But it is effective. The only downside to the bubble gun is that it doesn't have much ammo and it overheats pretty quickly. But because he has a shield, he can block some of our attacks, especially the explosive ones. So for example, if we now decided to use a kinetic weapons instead of energy-based weapons, we could just rearrange our OS chits. So just by 20,000, we get all the chits that we have spent up to this point. We get them back, and we can spend them again on whatever we want. So this creates more flexibility in your placing them in whatever you need. So kinetic damage is the bullet damage that you do with bullet weapons. Explosive damage is with everything that is missile based or the cannon based, and energy weapons do energy damage, of course. Next is Little Z. She is an easy one. Let's see if we can put these on. More HP. This is our heavy build, so to speak. We have 2 shotguns, 2 heavy cannons. This is a little slower build, but for smaller, easier fights, it's viable.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number 24, rank E. Subject AC, UAU, call sign, Little ZE.
Main system activating combat mode.
Yeah, Z is pretty easy. She doesn't move much, and she only used 2 cannons. But since cannons take time to reload,
well done.
that will work to our advantage. Next up is Swinburne. So he is a Generation 7 augmented human, which is much later than we. Since we are Generation 4, he is newer augmented one. So since even though he's newer, he's still, that doesn't mean that he's better. At least according to lore.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program. Number.
Main system activating combat mode.
And before the battle begins, you can kind of see what weapons they are using, and you can make your own preparations against that. Almost.
Main system activating combat mode.
So, Swinburne used a melee weapon, electrical baton, and it deals a status effect, electrical discharge. Once that gets dealt, you go into instant stagger. It's a very good melee weapon against 1v1, but the problem is that it has a short range. Even though it can inflict multiple attacks, it's not very powerful.
Congratulations, you have surpassed rank E. We are glad to oversee your development as a mercenary. All Mind exists for all mercenaries.
Next one we have Wu Huai, the gun 3 of the Red Guns, the Balaam Group's AC squad.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number 22.
So from his assortment we can see that he uses rocket launcher and a machine gun with some heavy artillery on his back. He also uses tetrapod legs, which allows him to hover. But he's no match for our Zimmermans and our heavy cannons.
Target destroyed.
So yeah, two heavy shoulder cannons with 2 Zimmermans are somewhat overpowered. In certain situations where the speed is required, the shoulder cannons can be swapped for something else. But in a slow heavy fight against giant mechs, this is one of the better builds. Next one is Candle Ring. He is somewhat fast. He uses double rocket launchers on his arms. So this one can be a problem. But we'll see how it goes, since we do have a pretty good build. But he uses the same shoulder cannons that we do, with the exceptions of 2 rocket launchers on his hand. He also uses the thread legs, which allows him for more speed, which means he's much faster than we.
Activating combat mode.
Oh, he got stuck in a corner. That was AI's mistake. He got stuck in a corner. If you get stuck in a corner against heavy artillery, you're basically done. There's nothing you can do. Next one is Hawking. He uses energy-based weapons. Yeah, energy-based weapons with the melee as well. And he also uses tetrapods, so he can hover as well. Many of the enemies here can hover, but if we can get them staggered, they're basically done for. And again, no match for dual cannons and Zimmermans.
Destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
Whee! This one's interesting because Iguazu is one of the more important character to the lore. And in his bios, it says that in his life, he quickly began to quarrel with Volta, his oftentimes partner in crime. Iguazu's reluctant nature was such that one day he even picked a fight with the hero of Jupiter, who retaliated with such fury that Iguazu never quite looked the same afterward. Also, again, in bits and pieces of the lore, but the hero of Jupiter, you can find out who that is and why he is such a big character in the world of Armored Core 6. But basically, hero of Jupiter is the Red Gun Michigan. He was the one who gave us the mission to attack the dam complex. So Michigan is the hero of Jupiter. So apparently there was a huge war sometime on Jupiter, and he alone led the attack and won. Woohoo!
Destroyed.
Woohoo!
Including evaluation. Well done.
And currently in the rank D, the last one is Rokumon Sen Shinobi.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number 18, rank D, final evaluation.
So he uses a melee weapon, a shotgun. He also carries on his back a submachine gun or assault rifle, which he can switch with his melee weapon.
Activating combat mode.
So we need to be mindful of that as well. Oh dear. He actually won.
Main system activating combat mode.
There we go.
target destroyed. This concludes D-rank evaluation. Well done.
Now we got more OC chips. Now we can again fine-tune our build. Since we are using explosive and kinetic weapons, it is a good idea to switch from energy-based damage to kinetic damage.
You surpassed rank D. We hope that our aid has helped push you to achieve greater things. All Might exists for all mercenaries.
So the next mission is to steal the survey data. Attack the Arquebus survey camp and seize the corporation's observation data.
Got a job for you, 621. It's a request from one of the Balaam companies.
Attention, Gun 13 Raven. This job comes from our subsidiary, Dafeng. The operation will take place in the central ice fields, Yalmar Mine. We want you to stage an attack on the Arquebus survey camp located there. After digging into the ice field, Arquebus launched survey drones to gather data. Whatever they found is sure to contain clues as to the whereabouts of the Coral Convergence. Put simply, your job is to seize the data. We're counting on you, Gun 13.
So let's get some data.
621, are you still hearing things? Tell me if it happens on the job. I'll make adjustments.
Main system activating combat.
There is a combat log in this stage. To get the combat log here, you just need to defeat one of the ACs here in this stage, and you get it. These mandatory combat logs are not part of the collectible ones, so we're gonna be collecting them as well. But to get the collectible combat log, we're gonna be collecting, destroying one of the other ACs.
621, eliminate obstructions as you see fit, but remember that the data is your priority.
Remnants of the fire still drifting during our journey here.
So this spider here, you need to defeat it in order to get the combat log from him. There we go. Nothing to it.
Very interesting. We can do this.
Haven't you got 13, Raven? Looks like you ruffled some feathers. Taking their drones back to HQ. I want you to find them and stop them.
And time to reload and resupply.
AC! That must be the independent merc. Shut it down before Baylor gets hold of our data.
Eliminate 61.
Wait.
That ship. It's identifying as PCA.
Repair units remaining.
It's that subject guard. Did they send an enforcement squad? 621, that's an LC. The PCA's rank and file, and a big step up from subject guard MTs.
Be careful, Raven. LC destroyed.
So yeah, this is the PCA unit. So now they are entering Rubicon
Ships making a second approach.
to stop the corporations.
One repair unit remaining.
They've deployed drones. Intercept 61. Looks like you're on the deck. Now smash the bridge, 61.
Enemy warship has taken critical damage. Enemy propulsion systems compromised.
It's going to blow. Get clear, 621.
AP at 50%.
So yeah, that was the PCA ship. We just took out the bridge, and you probably saw that we were firing at the bridge directly. So these mechs are huge compared to the small size of humans. That bridge window, it was so small compared to the back.
Looks like the coast is clear. The closure area is SG's jurisdiction. Why send an enforcement squad in a warship? Special mission, maybe? Or was it? Wait. Over there.
Trespassers to Rubicon, this is your warning. Disarm and withdraw from the closure area immediately. Resistance will be regarded as a declaration of war.
It's me, Rusty. Your old buddy from the Vespers. Haven't talked since we climbed the wall. I'd love to catch up, but I'll cut to the chase. The PCA has deployed its suppression fleet. And now it's laying down the law all over Rubicon. We've already lost several survey bases, and Balam's in a sorry state too. For their part, the Rubicon Liberation Front sees this as an opportunity. If you ask me, they're counting their eggs before they're hatched. At this rate, the Corps, the Rubiconists, and the independent mercs will go down together. I'm sending you a request from the Archibald's group. We could use the wall climbers' help.
So yeah, basically, what PCA is, it's a huge government. If the Arquebus and Balaam are huge corporations, then the PCA is the government that controls the huge corporations, and they entered the Rubicon.
Both sides have been forced to halt the coral survey. Check the briefing, 621.
They control the masses of the corporations. So no corporation would, for example, mine too much of a coral, for example.
As one of the corporation's preferred mercenaries. But I was hoping you might learn more about the people who live on Rubicon.
Did we get any new toys? Probably not. Maybe some parts. There is one here. So the next mission we are gonna be doing in Chapter 3 is the attacking the refueling base. So this basically prevents the PCA from refueling their ships.
Hey, buddy. This job comes from Schneider of the Archibald group. Here's the rundown. They want you to attack the Jorgen refueling base, a PCA foothold on Rubicon. The target is the energy refinery plant deep inside. Take that out and, well, it ought to slow down their suppression fleet at least. Until recently, Jorgen was one of Balam's coral survey bases. It only took a day for the PCA suppression fleet to commandeer the base. You'll also find a number of fuel storage tanks that I've marked as pay targets. I want you to be a walking advertisement for opportunities in destruction.
So yeah, by destroying these fuel tanks, we think we can hold the PCA fleet a little longer off the planet, since if the PCA interferes with the businesses like Balaam and Arquebus, then of course they're gonna lose their money, and everybody are racing to find the coral, the central of this planet, the energy of this planet, the coral. Everybody wants it. All the corporations wants it.
Code 1-5. Contact with AC of unknown affiliation. Suspect corporate hire. Single AC. Terminate immediately.
There are legal instances for destroying the fuel storage tanks along the way.
Code 5, unaffiliated AC. Moving to terminate. Two repair kits remaining.
There are also combat logs in this stage as well, so we might as well go and find them for our AC parts. To get these combat logs, you need to destroy a few of the enemies here, under the bridge specifically. And the one is directly in front of us.
Independent mercenaries assembly.
Leave the analysis. Intercept.
So him, and the other one is up there. So we need to get all the way up there. There we go, that's the second combat log. Now we can proceed with our main mission. So yeah, many of the combat logs in this game are either hidden or they are found from broken ACs, and you really don't know it if you don't look up a guide or something.
Code 1-5.
Here's the Vanguard. Handle it!
There should be more. Let's earn some extra credits while we can.
At 30%. One repair kit remaining.
Here's our resupply. Now we're gonna go destroy the fuel tank that we were ordered to destroy. And we're gonna be having a 2 versus 1 fights.
Code 5. Hostile AC sighted.
Requesting backup from the system. Code 7-8.
There we go. Now we have a fight against 2 ACs.
Target destroyed. Our work here is done, 6-2.
Raven, I'm picking up something in the stratosphere. It's approaching fast.
Code 2-3, attending scene. Watch point before checked out. Call sign Raven. Priority subject for termination. High on the list.
I've identified PCA SP, Special Forces. We can't afford to take chances. Eliminate them. Vector PCA SP machines.
That's one down.
So 3 with Charlie. The lieutenant is down.
Stay focused, 621.
No repair kits remaining.
And that's another one down. So yeah, these two cannons with the two Zimmermans are, at this point at least, super overpowered. There will be much more effective cannons later on.
Masters plan for that too.
I think they were called the Needles.
Been a walking
The Needle.
advertisement, all right.
But combination of those two with Gatling guns is super, super effective.
To work for Arquebus.
One new message.
Arquebus Group Mercenary Liaison, V8 Pater here. Impressive work on the refueling base assault. V4 has left me a message addressed to you, if I may. I knew you could do it, buddy. I've got my eye on you. That is all. We at the Arquebus Group expect much from you.
Pair of new thrusters. Always good to have. And we can go to the next mission.
We've received a job from the Rubicon Liberation Front. Let's take a look at the request.
Raven, we have a mission we'd like to offer you. The Rubicon Liberation Front is planning to retake the wall from Arquebus. And would like you to lay the groundwork for us. Your objective is to assassinate V7 Swinburne, the commander of the occupying force. Swinburne has dispatched surveillance squads to monitor for intruders and hired operatives. If our plan to retake the wall is to succeed, you must not be spotted. We're counting on you to handle this discreetly.
In order to ambush and eliminate the target undetected, you'll need to adopt a different style of fighting.
So yeah, this is one of those rare stealth missions. If you get seen before you reach your objective, you're just gonna fail. So we are not allowed to be seen for a specific amount of time until we reach our objective. We are, however, allowed to take out the enemies that are about to see us.
Take cover. Quickly destroy it. Camera looking this way. Surveillance MT.
So we're just gonna go around everybody and go to our target. There is a combat log here. To get it, you need to do some additional destroying. So once you get here, you can destroy these enemies here with another AC included. And once you take it out, you get a combat log.
Well done. I'll handle it from here.
So yeah, we got seen, so that's why we failed. So just
Activating combat mode.
we want to go again around everyone.
I've estimated the target's position based on the data we received. Sending results now. Watch out for the surveillance ETs. If we get a reading, this operation is over. If you pick up a capture camera track, take cover or quickly destroy it. That camera's tracking you. Raven, surveillance ET. No sign of the target, it seems. Perhaps he's out on night watch. Raven?
Sure. Got to capture the intruding AC. Well done. I'll handle it from here. Main system activating combat mode.
Commence mission. I've estimated the target's position based on the data we received. Sending results now. Watch out for the surveillance MTs. If they get a read on you, this operation is over. If you pick up a capture camera tracking, take cover or quickly destroy it. No sign of the target, it seems. Perhaps he's out on night watch. Over there. Surveillance ET. Camera moving this way.
There we go, that's the combat log we needed. Now we can finally proceed with our main objective.
All these
So,
lawless rebels. They never learn, do they?
so our target is Swinburne. The thing is that this is one of those
It's Swinburne.
moments where you can choose to either kill him or spare him at a certain point. So
I see. Balin.
roughly about midway of the fight, he will ask you to spare him. And this is where you can choose either kill him or spare. If you spare him, there's gonna be additional consequences for this mission. But if you kill him, you're gonna be completing the mission as requested. Again, with other consequences later on.
Ambusher?
AP at 50%.
I don't know who put you up to this, but clearly you need to be disciplined. Aren't
So now he will ask you to spare him.
Which means I hold the purse strings. Every single
You can either
transaction
choose
goes
to
through me.
kill him or spare him.
Let me go.
But we're gonna go
You'll
and
still
kill
come
him
out on
since
top.
that's our mission.
Understand?
Like you said.
I asked you a question. Don't you have any manners? You need discipline.
Left-hand ammunition. No repair kits remaining.
Wait, no, please.
And that is mission complete. There is one combat log that you can get if you spare him. So even if you try to get all of the combat logs, it's almost impossible to get all of them at one go.
One new message.
Raven, you have our gratitude for eliminating Swinburne. Some of us were worried that the enemy might have won you over. But it seems we can trust you after all. Glad to be on the same side.
Got a job for you, 621. The Balaam Group sent us a request.
Attention, Gun 13 Raven. This request comes from our affiliate Dafeng. We will be conducting a diversionary operation to attract the PCA's attention. You are to report to the Engebret Tunnel in the Central Ice Field. It's a derelict watch point, slated for restoration by the PCA in the near future. Infiltrate the tunnel, then find and destroy the sensor they're planning to repair. The objective is to distract the PCA and divert forces from their local base. Briefing over. Counting on you, Gun 13.
So now we need to go and sabotage the tunnel that holds the coral.
I don't think Dafeng appreciates your true value. I'll talk to them.
Main system activating combat mode.
One thing I forgot to tell that probably many of you saw, but these are huge mech. Again, this is a human structure that is compared against the ACs that we are piloting. So ACs are pretty huge compared to these. So if that's a human-driven car, and this is an AC mech. This is just to make a to make the scale more obvious to player that these are not human-sized mechs. These are really huge. It's not a big thing, but just to keep the something of an immersion to understand the size of these.
Watch your step. There's a faint coral
basic shield. Just hit it from the inside.
So yeah, just gonna shoot the shield and
Mission accomplished.
ignite the coral from here. So now we just need to get out of here before we are fried alive. The coral in the world of Armored Core 6 is so dangerous that nothing can truly protect you from coral. Nothing is safe from it. That's how dense it is.
Go 13 Raven, what's going on? Who's that trip? For your status.
We can answer that later. Get out now, 621.
So all of this is coral explosion, and as we are trying to get out of here, we are still taking damage, even though we are not directly touching it. We are still in the vicinity of the coral explosion. So there's really no good armor against it.
The coral's coming.
621, don't fall behind. You made it, somehow. This job's finished. Head back and rest, 621.
One misstep, and that coral surge would have swallowed you whole. Raven, must you always put your life on the line?
How's it going, Walter?
Hard to say. 621's still performing well, but I doubt the voices have gone away. At any rate, whatever the voices are doesn't seem to be doing any harm. For now.
I was asking about you, Walter. But whatever. Bigger things. The coral. You'd better find it. Turns out, our friend's fears were warranted. Don't spend too long dealing with the PCA, Walter. Clock's ticking.
Two new messages.
Attention, Code 13 Raven! I have a message for you from Commander Michigan, following your success at the Angerbred Tunnel. Sounds like you stared death in the face when all that coral came rushing up. That's one way to light a fire under your ass. Keep it alive for the next field trip. Over and out!
Registration number RB23. Call sign, Raven. Your records have been updated. C-rank virtual encounters are now available in the arena. We invite you to further hone your technique.
Let's see if we can... Did we get anything new to buy? Any new toys? Not much, no. We could be using these to be a mini tank. But we'll see how it turns out. Now we have the C rank. C ranks are a little tougher. Especially the Volta and Pater. Here, the Sule is here again. Chatty. Chatty is an AI. He isn't human piloted AC. But especially with Volta, Pater, and Sula, even on the arena, they can be a little annoying because they use the same weapon, especially Sula. But yeah, these two missions, they have a small icon on the right side that indicates the fork. These are decision missions, so if you pick either one of these, the other will be gone. So there's no way for you to complete both of these. No matter which one you choose, the other one is going to be out. So you have to do another playthrough in order to choose the other one. But yeah, for this, I think we're going to be taking a little break, and we can continue next time. We're going to be going into the floating city Xylem. Xylem is again one of the bigger parts of the lore in the Rubicon. It is a floating colony ship, which did play a role when people came to Rubicon. But I think it's a good time to take a break. I thank you all for watching. I had a huge amount of viewers today, hopefully, like 12 or even 14 viewers. That's a huge for me, so thanks for all the ones who came and watched. I hope to see you all next time as well. So I wish you all a good day, evening and night, and I'll see you next time. Thanks and bye.